Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I will address two very common questions related to the GLP-1 receptor agonist therapies. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Jawad Bashir, a consultant endocrinologist. I deal with complex cases of obesity and diabetes management. Let's go through the questions. The first question that I'm commonly getting these days is related to the usage of these therapies beyond the boxed instruction of 4 weeks. You may know that Mounjaro, Ozempic, and Wegovy are blockbuster therapies for management of obesity and diabetes successfully since 2013 for Ozempic and 2022 for Mounjaro. But the cost of these therapies is exponential, and the patients also know that they cannot come off these medications, which is why they are exploring options to reduce the running cost of usage of these therapies. And one of the methods that has come across repeatedly devised by the patients is to use the click counting mechanism on the pen devices for both Mounjaro and Ozempic and use them for extended period of time, which is usually beyond 4 weeks as mentioned on the boxed instructions. Is it really safe to use the medication beyond 4 weeks? The simple answer would be that we don't know for medical legal reasons. However, in clinical practices, we have seen that yes, they have been fairly safe without causing any trouble. Then why does the boxed instruction come that we should not be using them beyond 4 weeks? The reason behind that is that these are peptide molecules, and as you know, the peptides are very fragile. They usually degrade over time, and the guaranteed efficacy of the drug is maintained for 4 weeks, provided that the temperature regulations mentioned on the box are maintained. And this is why you have to maintain a specific storage environment for these drugs, both at home and while you're traveling. And for travel purposes, you have to carry a cold box with yourself to avoid losing the efficacy of the drug. So in fairness, we could say that it is not perhaps the safety of the drug which gets compromised, but actually the efficacy is usually lost. Now that on its own has health consequences, because when you're using a medication at a specific dose and you see that the drug is not becoming effective, so there is a tendency to go up and beyond your prescribed dose, which is where the problem starts. Because if the efficacy is dropping over time because the pen has been used for extended period of time, it is likely that you might unintentionally go on a higher dose, which can eventually cause a problem, because when you get a new pen device, the efficacy of a preserved molecule might become more intense. This is where the supervision of your endocrinologist is absolutely important, so you do not accidentally increase the dose of these medications. Remember, these are lifelong therapies that you may have to stay on, and you may not be able to come off these drugs. Therefore, we do not want any side effect that happens to you because of inappropriate dosing that damages your pancreas, because once an episode of pancreatitis happens, restarting these medications is actually very difficult, and you get deprived from an extremely essential life-saving molecule, or a molecule that helps you maintain your weight over the long period of time. Now, while people are doing click counting, there is a bit of confusion with regards to how do we count the clicks for the first and the second dose. And this is mainly a question coming from patients who have actually not been seen by anyone, which is something I wouldn't recommend, because you have not seen the device. The first injection has not been administered by a healthcare professional, and people are sometimes buying it over the counter and doing it themselves. So the safest option is to ensure that you do have a supervision of your endocrinologist, and you always get your first injection supervised with your clinician to avoid any communication. However, having said that, when a lot of things are discussed in the clinic, some of them are forgotten later on as well. So even if people are doing it supervised, they are sometimes inclined to do mistake with the second dose. Remember that the pen devices for Mounjaro and Ozempic differ a little bit in terms of their mechanistics, and they're designed to administer 4 dosages, 1 per week, following which the pen device would be finished, and you will have to purchase a new pen device. But if you're doing click counting, the pen device sustains for a longer period of time because you're taking a smaller dose unconventionally and off-label, which is why you have to be careful that the pen device is giving you the correct prescribed dose. Now, if you are given a specific prescription of a dose and the instruction about specific click counts, you have to adhere to that with each dosing on a weekly basis, because if you are changing the click counts, and this is where the things went wrong, when patients did a click count for the first dose, they thought that the second dose would start actually from the previous click count, and they accidentally increased their second dose, and so on. They keep increasing their dose with each subsequent week leading to an exponentially jump in their dose on a weekly basis, which can be very unsafe, because if you keep increasing your dose on a weekly basis, you're likely to damage your pancreas with this medication. Therefore, my strong recommendation would be to ensure that you have supervised injection for the first time when you see the device. Make sure you understand the mechanistics of both pen devices, because they are different. If you are switching from Mounjaro to Ozempic or Wegovy, or vice versa, the two devices differ in terms of how they work, and therefore you cannot think that it will be a complete cross switch, causing no confusion with regards to click counting. Now, I'm going to show you the two devices and how they work. I will show you how the dial moves when you actually do the first dose, and how it will move when you do the second dose. Eventually, you will understand that every time you're injecting a particular dose, the click count does not change. It stays the same as long as the dose has not been changed. Please ensure that you follow the dosing instructions prescribed by your clinician and avoid rapid escalation of the dosages, mainly because the drug may have to be used for an extended period of time and sometimes for a lifetime. And therefore, we do not want to exponentially increase the dosages unnecessarily, particularly to avoid the side effects, plus at the same time to ensure that the efficacy of the drug is maintained. So let's look at the device. So these are the two pen devices that we are using. Mounjaro is a quick pen device, whereas Wegovy is a flex pen device. They're both pen devices. We call them pen because they look like a pen. They have got a cap, they have got a back as well. But actually the drug, as you see in both of them, is present in this glass container. And they are partly used devices, as you can see. Therefore, the piston for both of them is visible. Otherwise, when you're starting a new pen device, you will not see that. You see, for Mounjaro, the quick pen device, one of the worries that the patients also face is that, oh, what if I've moved the dial? Have I lost my dose? No, you haven't. If the needle is not attached, you are not going to lose the dose. And actually, you can dial up and down, provided you're not pressing it. You can dial back if there has been any accident in terms of click counting. You see, that's the end of the dial. It doesn't go beyond that. And the number 1 is written there, because actually this pen is devised to give one dose of 15 milligram. And if someone is on 15 milligram, they will have to dial till this point, attach the needle, press the back, and as they're pressing, you will see the dial will move back to point 0 just with the press. Right now, I'm not pressing. I'm actually turning the dial back because we don't have a needle and we are not actually doing the dose. And this piston kind of moves downwards to the next mark, meaning that one dose of 15 milligram has been administered from this pen device. And this pen device will have 4 dosages of 15 milligram, meaning it will be finished if someone has taken 15 milligrams of Mounjaro from this pen device. But if someone is doing a click count from this pen device and they're doing certain counting, and let's say if you want to do the 2.5 milligram click count, normally it is 10 clicks. So you can start from either the point 0 or this small mark. Both options are correct. I normally start from this point. This is the primary mark basically. So you can actually use both marks which are fine. Since you have a smaller dose, so even these 2 clicks might be a significant change for those who are new starters, and therefore starting from 0 is not a bad option. And if you do the 10 clicks, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, you might be ending up at this point, which will roughly be giving you a 2.5 milligram dose. Now, when you are doing the dose administration, we are going to attach the needle and I'll show you how the dose goes. But as we are comparing the two pen devices, so I want to go side by side on the Wegovy pen device as well. You see, the Wegovy pen device has got a dial similar to what you see at the Mounjaro, but it does not protrude backwards. Now, this is actually a much sophisticated pen device as compared to the quick pen device, because the dial stays exactly where it was, yet still the spring mechanism has been loaded, and it has an internal spring mechanism, while this one, the Mounjaro quick pen device, doesn't have a spring mechanism. You will need to attach the force at the back to push the dose in. Here, the spring mechanism will actually, because it's loaded, will help and assist you. So if you have arthritis and joint pains, this pen device works quite well for those patients who struggle to inject themselves. Now, you see here also we have the 1, but this is not 1 as a single dose. It's 1 as a 1 milligram. because this pen device is supposed to give you 1 milligram of Wegovy, and if you do dial to the point of 1 and you do inject, the dial will automatically go back to 0.0. Again, there is no worry that when you're doing dial up and down, you're not wasting the dose because there's no needle attached and the piston has not moved. And when you do the 1 milligram dose from the Wegovy pen device, you will see there will be 4 dosages and the piston will keep moving down to this point until which your dose would be finished. Now for Mounjaro, interestingly, another confusion comes because the piston doesn't move beyond this point. And people have been asking question that what do we do about that leftover fluid? Sadly, that leftover fluid was initially wasted, but that's usually considered the 5th dose or the golden dose. I have done another video on the how to inject the 5th dose or golden dose of Mounjaro, which you can have a look at. However, the new company pens that are coming will not have the 5th dose, unfortunately. Sadly, the filling will not be from the initial mark where it used to be. They have filled out less in the pen devices to give you less of this golden dose. So those of you who have already had the opportunity to use it, congratulations, but unfortunately in future it's not going to be filled in with the 5th dose, which is the way forward. Now let's try to do the 2.5 milligram dose from this Mounjaro 15 milligram quick pen device, which would be 10 clicks. So I'm going to attach the needle on top of this. I'll show you how you are attaching the needle just to make sure that we are doing all the steps carefully and safely. You see the needle attachment is same for both pen devices and the same needle gets attached on both of them. So needles can be the same for both of them. If you're doing priming, let's say you want to do prime, so we have done priming click here, so from 0 to this mark, and see the quantity of drug coming out. Now you see there are a few drops coming out. Now for 2.5 milligram from a 15 milligram pen device, I personally think that this may be a significant change because this might be close to 2.7 or 2.8 milligram dose. So that might be a little bit too much for those who are very sensitive. So let's start our click from the 0.0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the idea would be to put a mark at this point and make it memorable for yourself, because you may not need to do the counting every time. And as we are going to push the back, you will see the drug will go in that container, and this is actually a genuine push. So you really need to put a strong push there. As I'm pushing back, you see the dial is moving down, and you see we are having a stream of fluid coming out. Just a few drops, and that's what I was telling you, that this is the 2.5 milligram, and you can imagine it's only a few drops and nothing more. Therefore, if you are having a few extra drops, there is a good chance that you might be giving yourself an extra dose. And you see the dial at the back has actually gone back to 0 over here. So the confusion that people have, when they put the pen mark at the 10 clicks, they say, should we be going on the next step? So this was the first dose of 2.5 milligram that you have done. The next dose will again start from the same point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So next week when you're doing your dose of 2.5 milligram, it's exactly the same part. It is not starting from this point onwards, because then you will accidentally give yourself extra dose, which can be very much problematic for new starters who are very sensitive. So let's say we're doing the second dose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you see as I am injecting again this pressure has to come from your finger as we are injecting back. So you see even the 2 doses as I have injected, these are barely few drops, and the piston barely moves, which otherwise would move a quarter each time if you were injecting 15 milligrams. So that's why the pen lasts you much longer. As long as you're keeping it in correct storage environment, you should be able to continue using that successfully and safely. Now let's have a look at how the Wegovy pen device works. I'll just put the safety cap back on so I don't accidentally prick myself. let's see how this device works. This has a spring mechanism now. So the attachment of the needle is exactly the same method as you did in the Mounjaro pen device. You will be just removing this protective seal, screwing this needle up on the top. There are two caps, as you already know. This one is the main cap, and then there's a protective sheath that we normally remove. And let's see now, let's do the priming of the needle. So the priming, again, you have got this prime ring mark here where there are 2 dots, and the dosing is different now because this is a 1 milligram pen device. We do 0.25 milligram as a starting dose for Wegovy. And the priming, let's see how many drops. Even sometimes when you attach the needle, because of the air pressure, you see a few drops coming up. So for me, technically the needle is already primed, otherwise these drops would not be coming there. But let's see how many drops do come out. Oh, so you see these are a fair number of drops, as you see with the priming. And because it's a concentrated fluid, so we know that basically if you are very sensitive to these medications, the priming mark might give you a significant change dose from what you are giving. So if you're doing 0.25 milligrams, usually it is 18 clicks on this pen device. So we can actually start even from this point 0 just to avoid overdosing. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now for the click count calculation, I've done separate videos. You can have a look at them for both Mounjaro and Wegovy or Ozempic. The countings are different, and I'm not going to go into the details of those. You see, you can put a mark at this point if you want, so you remember where the click counting finishes at 18, and this will be 0.25 milligram. But what I wanted to show you today was that how much pressure you need to do, and here you see the spring mechanism does the majority of job. You gently just put, and it goes really nicely there back to 0. Now the dial is back to 0, and this is one dose of 0.25 milligram administered. Let's say we want to do the next one. We start again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now the confusion again people have had is that they have actually started counting from this point onward for the second dose. Please do not do that, because it will be very confusing, plus it will be the higher dose from what you have been prescribed, and you can become very unwell. And look at the amount of fluid that is coming out when you're injecting the 0.25 milligram dose. So you might be able to see a nice little stream there, and the final 2 drops. So once the dose is done, it's very easy to actually inject through the flex pen device because of the spring mechanism. I personally do like the flex pen device better as opposed to the quick pen device. However, these are 2 different molecules, both very effective, do a fantastic job for diabetes, obesity management, and they are definitely helpful for a patient. I hope this video was helpful for you and provides you the safety instructions. Please ensure you have supervision of your endocrinologist. You're doing off-label usage of these medications through click counts. Do not inject yourself if you are feeling unwell, and ensure that first injection is always done under supervision. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe.